Now, it's a sad fact that every day 31 women and men in the UK die from secondary breast cancer. The Darker Side of Pink by MetUpUK, the country's only patient advocacy group dedicated to breast cancer that is spread, they're launching their campaign today. The charity is calling for better treatment and more awareness for those with secondary breast cancer. Joining us now, Jo Taylor, CEO and founder of MetUpUK. Jo, it's lovely to have you on the programme this morning. And I wonder, just because I think some people will be scratching their heads this morning, can you just explain exactly what secondary breast cancer is?
Yeah, good morning, Neil. Thanks for having me on. Secondary breast cancer is breast cancer that has travelled to a different part of the body. So, the areas are mainly the bones, lungs, liver, and the brain and lymph nodes.
In those circumstances, Jo, when a cancer has metastasised and has moved to other parts of the body, my immediate thought is that that makes it far, far more dangerous.
Yeah, it's incurable. We are living with a terminal, incurable illness, and at the moment there isn't a cure, and it's certainly not what's classed as a chronic disease. We're not living long enough to put that claim there, really. 2 to 3 year median is the life expectancy and survival rate. Some people, live shorter, some people live a lot longer, but, it is still an incurable illness.
So, Jo, tell us then a little bit more about the campaign, The Darker Side of Pink. I'm told there are 31 Perspex figures, life science Perspex figures, representing presumably those lives that are lost every day to secondary breast cancer.
Yeah, 31 figures which will appear. They're actually starting today in Manchester. You'll be able to see them in the Coin Exchange, which is the what used to be known as well as the Triangle. These 31 figures will have QR codes on them, and they link back to the filming and the videos that we have of the 31 women that are involved in this campaign. 31 days in October. 31 women die every day. It's representative of that, and it's a representative as well of the invisibility of us, because the Perspex figures are quite transparent. So it's quite a powerful, it's going to be a really powerful campaign that we have. The videos are on the website metupuk.org.uk, and people can see them there as well. But yes, they will link to individual stories and statements that these women are making about living with the disease, and whether that is, living with your children, how it's affecting you with your mental health, like it was the other day, Mental Health Awareness Day, drug access, clinical trials, awareness, access to benefits. All these issues are huge for patients and, need addressing. We need more awareness of secondary breast cancer.
We certainly do, and the key fact in all of that, one of the key reasons for that, one presumes, is just how many cases of breast cancer become cases of secondary breast cancer.
Yeah, there's around about 30% of people with early stage breast cancer or primary breast cancer who will at some point metastasize or develop secondary breast cancer somewhere else in the body. And I think this is the awareness that is lacking, that people are not aware of that. And that can happen in some cases 20 years later, and people don't make that connection. GPs don't make that connection, and we need that awareness again.
Just one final word, of course. Clearly, breast cancer most obviously affects women in terms of the numbers. Certainly more women are affected by it than men, but men are affected by it, which yes, I'm sure will still come as a surprise to some, men, frankly.
Yeah, there's around about 300, I think, men a year, and 80 who die of secondary breast cancer every year. So, yeah, men can actually get breast cancer as well because they have breast tissue. So, yeah, it affects men as well, and people need to be aware of that fact.
Well, Joe, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Joe Taylor, CEO and founder, I should have said, of MetUp UK. Really good to have you on the programme this morning. Look after yourself.
Thanks for having me, Neil.